Okay, this question is for Sazik. Ideally, right? You wanna do. The goal is elevated performance on the field, right? You want to be moving swiftly on the field, and you want to be prevent injuries and be strong so that you can withstand gravity and also run faster than everyone else and jump higher than everyone else. So isometrics and plyometrics are just techniques for building strength, and the goal is, right, anytime you're thinking about strength, you want it to be transferable. You want to transfer strength to performance. So counterintuitively, the first thing, if you're really trying to elevate your game, you want to learn how to breathe effectively. Check out Dr. Vranich, V-R-A-N-I-C-H, How to Breathe, her TED Talk. I mean, it's something I wish I knew years ago. That's step one, in my opinion, because at least in the US, most schools or coaches don't teach relaxation techniques or how to breathe. So this is something that can really change the trajectory of your training. The second thing you want to do, if you want an effortless way to improve your game, and you want to improve your explosiveness, balance, timing, rhythm, you want to search how to make an RMT rope, and then search the alternate. And then search how to do the alternating underhand sneak by David Weck. This is not my cache right there. Right, alternating underhand sneak. I'm not gonna say why it's important to learn it. I'll just say that David Weck, the founder and inventor, says that if you could only learn one rope flow pattern, this would be it. And he claims that the reason why is because you get 2 pulses of balance every time you swing the rope. And you could say, okay, well, soccer is with the feet, right? You're kicking the ball with your feet. Why would swinging a rope in the hands lead you to be more effective on the field? And the reason is because the body's connected from your fingers to your toes, right? It's all connected. So swinging the rope is actually gonna it's gonna improve your explosiveness. It's gonna prevent injuries. It's gonna improve striking. I noticed that improved my juggling of all things. And since my juggling improved, it improved my striking. It improved my finishing. Everything in my life improved on and off the field after I learned the alternating underhand sneak. It took me 3 days to learn. So first step 1 is learn how to breathe with Dr. Vranich. Step 2 is learn how to make an RMT rope, because it elevates you as a soccer player in ways you can't comprehend. That's all I'll say. I would say the third step is investing in a kick trainer, right? Because your question is in relation to isometrics and plyometrics, but really you want to just be moving effectively on the field. And most players thinking about strength haven't even earned it, in the sense that they're not even getting enough touches on the ball to right, like the perpetual argument is what's more important, strength or skills, right? And all strength coaches will say strength is more important, and all skills coaches will say skills are more important. But the answer is it's both, right? Because if you don't have strength, you can't withstand gravity. You can't even stand up. But if you have no skills on the ball, then when you get construction's hard. Construction's hard, right? But if you have no, you could be all strength and endurance, and then when the ball comes to your feet, you can't finish on goal, or you can't connect passes, or you don't see the field, or you don't have, calmness on the ball, you have no vision, right? So it's a dance between strength and skills on a basic level. So, right, so I think when I was thinking about exactly the same thing you're thinking about, isometrics and plyometrics, the real question is, like, how can I introduce plyometrics and isometrics into my training routine in an effortless way, in a fun way that's really going to help me excel on the field? Like, what's the least amount of I have it. it's like, I think the true question is, what's the least effort and time I could put into X, Y, and Z things that are really going to elevate my play? And I think the answer is the things that I'm telling you. It's learning how to breathe, because that's going to improve your recovery. It's going to improve your awareness. It's going to improve your ability to stay calm in high pressure situations on and off the field. So that's step one. Step two, again, search how to make an RMT rope. And if you want more info, search David Weck, W-E-C-K. And then it's the follow-up is the follow-up after learning how to make an RMT rope is learn the alternating underhand sneak again, because he says you get two pulses of balance on each foot. And what that translates to on the field is moving like water. You're gonna move like a ninja, right? You want to be nimble and quick, right? So it's gonna improve agility, timing, balance, coordination, blah blah, right? Like everything. You can't put it into words, but until you learn it and until you see it, right? So just test it out. The investment is a little bit of time and $10 for a rope at your local hardware store. So I promise you, it's worth your time. If you're a soccer player who really wants to, like make a little improvement in your training, that's going to lead to huge results. RMT rope is the way to go. And then kick trainer is almost, in my opinion, a kick trainer is the most underrated soccer training tool on earth, because there's no barrier. It's cheap. It's super effective. It's old, right? Clubs all over the world encourage their youth teams to use kick trainers. AC Milan, Ajax, Sevilla, right? Like big clubs, right? Decent clubs. So it just improves both your feet, improves timing, it improves your striking abilities, it improves shooting, passing. And then when you're being mindful and breathing, that improves everything, right? Even dribbling in a sense, because there's a rhythmic aspect when you're getting touches with a kick trainer. And in 60 seconds, you could get 60 touches, which means in 10 to 15 minutes of walking around, you could get 1,200 touches. So anyone who's not using a kick trainer in their daily routine, I think, is missing out, because it's better than a wall, because you could bring it everywhere you go. It's better than a rebounder, because you could bring it there. It's hyper portable, and you could just tuck it in your backpack, in your training bag. So you could cram months of training into days or weeks with a kick trainer. So I just can't talk about it enough. Right? So that's your 1, 2, and 3. Learn how to breathe. Dr. Vranich. Number 2, make a RMT rope, and then learn the alternating underhand sneak. And then it's invest in a kick trainer. And then, right, if you want to really think about strength, right, you could bench press, right? You could bench press like 2x your body weight, double your body weight. But like if that doesn't translate, or you can't translate your strength, if your efforts towards, if the time used to develop your strength doesn't translate to elevated play, then you're kind of working in the wrong direction. So the key is to not waste time, right? The things that matter the most come before the things that matter the least. So the things that, if you just start with those 3 things, then you're already training smarter than a huge part of the population. Because the questions you're asking about isometrics and plyometrics is things I've been thinking about for the past like 10 to 15 years. Not only that, I drove 16 hours to train with Louis Simmons, who's arguably, when he was alive, was probably one of the top 10 strength coaches in the world. And so I think what Louis Simmons would tell you if he was alive in regards to isometrics and plyometrics is that he would probably tell you that you got to train the right type of strength, right? Just like I said, because if you train the wrong type of strength, then it won't translate to being effective on the field, right? That's all. So I would say the close fourth would be juggle different size balls, because not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are the best jugglers. So juggling different size balls is going to improve your breathing, your rhythm, your timing, right? Smaller balls will improve precision, larger balls will improve power. So juggling both is really going to help you sharpen your touch and be more dangerous on the field. So I'll stop there, because you start spending a little time on all those 4 things, then you won't recognize yourself in a few weeks or a month or two. So give those things a try. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.